boy, am I glad to see you. I was just about to open up the place. I have to admit, I was getting a little jealous of you and Max having all the fun, and then I had to do all the hard work.
Andy, could we sit down? Because I'd like to talk to you.
Well, don't you want to see Al first? I mean, he was okay when you and Max called him from the inn yesterday, but I think he's beginning to miss his mommy and daddy.
Andy, please.
Where is Max, anyway? Gabrielle? Where's Max?
His temperature's going down, and that is a good sign. I think we've caught this infection in time. But his condition is still critical.
He hadn't gone back to the car. I pulled him free, Jared. But he tried to get back in the car. Why didn't he stay with me?
Shock, I assume. He didn't know what he was doing. His family must be worried sick about him.
I wish he'd wake up long enough to tell us his name or where he lives.
We'll give him another hour to respond. And if he doesn't, we'll transfer him to the hospital.
Why? You're doing the best anyone could do right now.
There are limits to what I can do here, Lily. He needs to be in intensive care with a support team. Lily, look.
Well, as they say in the good old US of A, wow.
Talk about a royal welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, Roland, I see you've thought of everything as usual.
We are a small nation, so we try harder.
Roses, how lovely.
Yes, American beauties. Up, up. Sarah, Megan, welcome to my humble home.
Your Highness, Roland, this is hardly humble. A person could get lost in there.
I called ahead from the airport and arranged for you and your sister to have adjacent quarters in the West Wing. If you need anything, you have only to ask.
Leave the towels in this place when we leave, huh, Sarah? Sarah?
It is an unsafe world, even in Mendorra. But you will be quite safe here, and comfortable, I hope. Shall we?
Roland, our main purpose for coming here was to help Raymond. Now, he wasn't at the airport, and he's not here now. When will we see him?
You will be attending a command performance of the Royal Ballet tomorrow night. I will do everything in my power to be certain that Raymond makes an appearance.
What do you mean, doesn't he know we're here?
Not yet.
I don't understand.
We'll talk inside. Ladies, shall we?
This time, here's where you go when it looks like the rain won't end.
And to round out an evening at the ballet, I have arranged for a reception before the performance and a gala ball afterwards. Sarah, what's wrong? Don't you like your quarters?
Is this my room?
One room. You shall have the entire apartment to yourself.
Apartment? This sure beats the heck out of the motels I used to stay in on promotional tours.
And your quarters are next door.
Next door, more like down the block. This place is huge.
Perhaps I should arrange for inter-palace transportation.
No, that's all right. I think the exercise will do me good.
Would you like to see your room?
Actually, I wouldn't mind hanging around here for a little while, getting used to all of this opulence.
Of course. Dorian, let's give Sarah and Megan some time to be alone.
Well, I thought I'd stay around a while and help them settle in.
Now, there are still a few details that we need to discuss regarding tomorrow night's festivities.
Yes, yes, of course. Girls, just make yourself comfortable, and I'll be back shortly and check in on you.
Thank you, Dorian.
Oh, and Megan, by the way, you were right. The exercise will do you good.
Roland, I wanted to ask you a question about your brother. You didn't have a chance to tell me how he reacted to the news that I was coming to Mendorra.
I'm sure he wasn't very happy.
Actually, I never had the chance to tell him.
What? He doesn't know we're here? My God!
We didn't call because Dorian said that you would be the perfect person to talk to him.
Well, I meant to discuss Sarah's plans with him yesterday, but unfortunately he was called out of town. He had to deal with some important military matters.
I see. When will he be back?
Oh, tomorrow. In plenty of time for the reception and the ballet and the ball.
I thought you said he refused to attend.
Well, hopefully I can convince him to make an appearance.
I'm sorry, but I really think that it's important that he know that we've arrived. So can't we just call him right now?
No. No, he's got too many things on his mind now. I would rather surprise him tomorrow night.
I thought you said surprises were not a good idea.
Megan, I know how to handle my brother. Trust me.
The prince knows his brother better than anyone.
I promise you, everything will work out exactly as we planned it. Shall we?
I don't know, is it just me? Or do you feel we've been given the Mendorran version of a tap dance routine?
You know, he can be very charming. But I'll tell you, there's something about him I don't trust.
Neither does Raymond. Now I see why.
I mean, it wasn't easy convincing Raymond to work with me in Landview. Suddenly showing up on his doorstep like this is going to throw him for a loop. You know, I don't know if I'm going to be able to gain his confidence again.
It's as if Roland is deliberately trying to sabotage the very reason that you came here.
Well, I don't know about that, but I certainly don't think Raymond's going to be happy about all this sneaking around behind his back.
Well, if this is Roland's idea of handling Raymond, no wonder Raymond is so paranoid.
Yeah, I would be.
You know, I hope that I'm wrong. But I have this feeling that we made a very bad choice by coming here.
Close the door.
Yes, Your Highness.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to sound imperious, but I'm very annoyed that Megan is here with her sister.
Well, I tried to talk her out of it, but you insisted on coming.
Well, you should have tried harder. Don't you understand?
No.
She could ruin everything.
I don't understand. I mean, what could Megan possibly ruin?
Raymond desperately needs Sarah's help. I want him to get it. But you know how he has resisted my attempts to help him in the past. But this only makes my task that much more difficult.
Just because Megan is here?
I never told Raymond that Sarah would be coming. I knew that he would refuse her help. Now with Megan here, I'm afraid he's going to turn his back on both of them.
From what I gather, your brother is very fond of Megan, and she's just crazy about him.
Which means that her presence here could upset him. Raymond is very proud. He wouldn't want Megan to see him stumbling around when he should be leading his country with confidence. I'm afraid he could be so embarrassed that he would just send Megan home and Sarah along with her.
In other words, you think they're a match set?
What I know is that I cannot allow this plan to fail for Mendorra's sake. If this drives Raymond further into his shell, the entire country could go to pieces.
Roland, as I said before, Megan is very fond of your brother. And Sarah is also. I think they will do everything possible to get through to him.
But what if they don't? Well, the fate of Mendorra rides on this. All I can do is hope and pray that Sarah is able to do what we brought her here to accomplish.
rather difficult. There's been a terrible incident.
What is it? What is it? Is Max all right? Is
Max
he hurt?
is gone.
Gone where?
There was an accident, a car accident.
No.
Yes. Max was unable to get out of the car before it went up in flames.
No. No, you're lying to me.
It's true. Wait a minute, there's got to be some kind of mistake
Please,
here.
don't send me back, please.
Look, I've got a job to do here.
Yeah, well, I think
Brenda,
that...
Martin called here. What's going on here?
Michael, this man here, he's from immigration. He says that Esmeralda is an illegal alien and that he needs to take her down and question her about something. This is what he gave me, and it gives him the right to come in and haul her off.
Oh, there must be some mistake. You have papers, right?
No, senor.
Oh, God, Michael, isn't there something that you can do for her?
There must be some way that we
I
can
mean,
work
I
this
am more
out,
than
huh?
happy to take
I
care
have
of
to
her and
take
be
her in. Now, come along, Miss
responsible for her.
Cardozo. Let's
No,
go.
please. Senor, senorita, please don't let
Must
us
be
take
another
me.
way to handle this.
Oh, Michael, this is awful. I mean, did you see how terrified she was? And she's helpless to do anything.
It is awful. I'm sorry.
Isn't there something you can do? Don't you know someone down on immigration? Might go over there, cut tape, pull strings, just do something.
I'm afraid I don't have any influence in the Department of Immigration.
What happened to her?
Well, I suppose she'll go back to her own country and apply for a visa. If she's lucky, she'll be back here eventually. Hopefully, in the long run, she'll be all right.
I mean, it's so strange. I mean, one minute she is here, and then she's gone. I wonder what other cruel little twist fate has in store for us here.
Now, don't you worry. Nothing else is going to go wrong. Not if I have anything to say about it.
Oh, Dan, thank God you're here.
Andy, what's the matter?
Gabrielle, she just told me that Max has been in a terrible car accident.
Whoa. Slow down. When did the accident happen? How badly is Max hurt?
Gabrielle, she says that he's dead, but it's not true.
Oh, my
It's a lie. It has to be. I can't lose him. I can't lose him, not now.
He's awake. Maybe he can tell us who he is.
Don't bombard him with a lot of questions. Just keep him calm while I go get some medication.
Can you hear me? You're going to be all right. You were in a car accident. There was an explosion and fire. It was a miracle you survived. And now Jared is going to take good care of you. He's a wonderfully talented doctor. Believe me, you are in the best possible hands. No, don't try to get up. Please, lie down. Lie still.
How is he?
I can't get him to lie still.
Sedative.
Please, lie down.
His pain.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. I told you. You're in wonderful hands. Jared knows what he's doing. Everything's going to be all right. You're going to pull through. I promise.
Gabrielle?
No, please, Mommy, not now.
Gabrielle, there's someone here who'd like to see you.
Oh. Hello, my handsome young man. Does it feel good to hold you in my arms? I missed you. Oh.
Mommy? Where's Daddy?
Daddy is resting right now in a very special place, far, far away. Sweetheart, in this special place, eventually all of us are going to go there. I'm going to go there, Grandmommy's going to go there, and you'll go there too, and we'll all be together in this very special place. This place is full of love and joy. And Everyone who's there doesn't feel any pain or any hurt because they're finally at peace, just like Daddy is at peace right now. But there's one thing you must understand. Since Daddy is in this special place, he has to stay there. He can't come back to us. But he is going to be always right here in your heart. And right here in my heart. And he's going to be in the heart of everyone who has ever loved and cared for him. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Daddy's in heaven.
Yes. Yes, Daddy is in heaven.
So, what'd you think?
About what?
Your room. Is it as nice as this one?
Yeah.
Good. Well, try to contain your enthusiasm. I'm sorry, Sarah. I am still very puzzled by the way that Roland is handling our arrival. I mean, why hasn't he told Raymond about us? Well, I don't know. Dorian didn't seem that upset about it. Of course not. She was too busy batting her false eyelashes at him to notice what he was saying. Let's try to concentrate on Roland for a second here. Okay, fine. So what do we do about Roland? Do we go up to him and say that we think he's playing games and we don't want to have any more of that? I don't know. You know, as much as I hate deceit, I can't help but wonder if maybe we're not jumping to the wrong conclusions here. I mean, maybe Roland really does have his brother's best interests at heart. Anyway, I think we should just wait until we see Raymond, see how he reacts to our being here, and take it from there. All right. So what do we do in the meantime? Oh, I don't know, get unpacked, try to relax, settle in. All right, I can unpack. Okay, good. Come on in.
Hi. How are you? Good. Welcome to Mendorra. Thanks. I wanted to see what you two were up to, strangers in a strange land and all that.
Yeah, strangers is right. I mean, I don't understand this. Everybody knows that we're here except for the future king.
He doesn't know you're here yet?
No. And he probably won't until tomorrow night when we're going to some ballet reception that Roland has held in our honor. And that's only if Roland can get Raymond to go.
I'm sure he will.
Well, I hope so. Otherwise, we've just spent 7 hours on a plane eating plastic food and watching terrible movies for nothing.
Oh, look at this.
Ball gown?
Wow. Yes, there's one for each of us. They're gorgeous.
Wait. Come on. Oh, yeah. Read it. Dear Fräulein, since you had no way of knowing about the festivities awaiting you in Mendorra, I naturally assumed you didn't pack your ball gowns. Therefore, I took the liberty of supplying them for you. Wow. Compliments of the royal family. Your humble servant, Prince Roland. P.S. If any alterations are necessary, the royal tailor is at your disposal.
Well, Prince Roland surely knows how to charm the ladies, doesn't he?
Well, now that I've got that off my chest, why don't you go check in with your daughter? Oh, and after that, would you let the Gordon sisters know that I would like to personally take them on a tour of Marienstein tomorrow?
Is that all, or shall I get out my pen and list of things to do?
Dorian, how I've missed your peculiar brand of wit. It's so good to have you back. Now let's just hope that all of our work yields great dividends.
Oh, everything will. Don't worry about a thing.
Oh, excuse me. I'm not interrupting, am I?
No, not at all, Helga. I was just leaving. I'll get back to you very shortly and let you know how I fare with Megan and Sarah.
Megan and Sarah?
Yes. She arrived unexpectedly with her sister.
You're a smart man. I'm sure you'll find a way to use her presence to your advantage.
Perhaps. Perhaps I can. But first, I'll have to distract her, if you know what I mean.
Yes, I understand. Thank you, officer.
The police found him, right? He's just in another hospital.
Andy, Max is not in a hospital.
Well, then he's all right. I knew it. Good old Max. Nothing could stop him.
Andy, look, Gabrielle was right. Max got into a terrible accident. The car blew up and he died.
No.
I know that it's terrible news. I know that you don't want to hear this. I know you don't want to accept it. I don't want to accept it either. But it is the truth. You gonna be okay?
I only knew Max for 6 months. At first I hated him. I blamed him for what happened to our mother. I trashed his bar. But then we began to get to know each other and to understand each other and like each other. It's just not fair, Dad.
I know.
Not
Andy,
fair.
I know it's not fair, and I can't begin to tell you how sorry I am.
Oh, well, thanks, but I can do without your bedside manners right now,
Look,
okay?
I'm not pulling out cliches here. Max was a friend of mine. I am just as upset as you are.
Yeah, well, that doesn't do me much good now, does it?
Andy, please. Andy, wait!
Thanks a lot, Dan! Oh, well, that nice lady who's been taking care of you had to go away for a little while, but we'll find somebody else just as nice, just as nice. Here, come here, sit on the floor just for a minute. Can you get down there? Here you go. Come in. Here you are, sweetie. Okay.
Oh, Brenda, I'm sorry to keep popping in like this.
Oh, look at this dear little boy. You are so beautiful. Oh, you were right, Mr. Grant. He's absolutely precious. Oh, Michael, what's going on here?
I'd like you to meet my new cook, Mrs. Verdon. This is Brenda McGillis.
It's a pleasure meeting you and your lovely son. Oh, thank you.
I was asking Mrs. Verdon, since you lost Esmeralda, if she could recommend somebody reliable to take care of Stephen.
After Mr. Grant explained your predicament to me, I just had to volunteer my services.
You want to take care of Stephen?
Well, Mrs. Verdon adores children.
Oh, my, yes. And I love taking care of them, especially at this age when they need so much love and attention.
So we talked over the situation, and Mrs. Verdon decided that she's very willing to give up her oven range for the jungle gym and the sandbox.
Yeah, but Michael, what are you going to do for a cook then?
Well, I can find another cook. But from the looks of it, I think it'd be hard-pressed to find a better nanny than Mrs. Verdon here.
What do you say, Stephen? Would you like me to be your nanny, like Mary Poppins? Hmm? We can fly up the chimney and over the rooftops and down again. Whee!
Well, what do you say, Brenda? I think she's a natural.
He's certainly a brave little guy. I put him down for his nap just now. He looked up at me and he said, "You know, I think everything's going to be okay." Practically broke my heart.
Yes, he is courageous, just like his father was.
That's right. Max was very strong, you know. He could stand almost anything.
Almost anything. It's just unfortunate that he couldn't withstand me. Pain and devastation I brought down on him was obviously much stronger than he was.
Gabrielle, don't.
I only hope I don't destroy his son as well.
Please, please don't talk that way. You were not the cause of Max's death. It was an accident. Just an accident. It wasn't God or someone punishing you in some way.
Yes, if you say so.
I do say so. Darling. Perhaps I ought to phone your sister in Mendorra and ask her to come home to
no.
be with you.
I couldn't possibly face Deborah right now. I really don't think I can face anyone right now. I just need to be alone.
Please don't push everyone away, darling. You're hurt and you're confused. You need people around you, people who love you and care about you.
Mummy, please, I really would like to be alone right now. I will be fine. I'll be quite all right.
Oh, you are not in any way all right, and I don't want to leave you in this state.
I just need some time to myself, honestly, and I'll call you if I need you. I will. I've promised you that.
All right, I'll go. As long as you promise me that you'll stop all this ridiculous business about it being your fault. Gabrielle? I love you. Please remember that.
Do you remember our first riding date when I wore my very English riding habit?
When you had that silly little velvet cap or whatever it was, I could hardly get on a horse. I was laughing so hard.
And I was so embarrassed because I was trying to impress you with my refinement. After you left Buenos Aires, I discovered I was pregnant. Yes, me so sophisticated, so worldly. And then discovering, after a one-night stand, with a man who didn't love me and just deserts me, that I'm left with a child.
Your choice, the one-night stand.
Yes, I know that, Max.
You were pregnant. You could have told the man that disappeared.
It's gold. It looks Indian.
Well, my pa said it was actually Spanish. Now, I figure it's a couple hundred years old, and I figured it was a good luck charm. And after all these years, it really has been one for me. Now, I want you to hold on to this for me. Now, when you start getting shaky, you hold on to this real tight, and it'll wash away all the doubt you have. And it'll just make you think about all the good things to come. I love you.
I love you.
We're getting married.
Yes, I want you with all my soul. Come to me. Come to me now. Take me.
Oh, Max, no.
I'll give you more of the medication. I think that he is over the worst of it, but I'm afraid that what lies ahead for him is a slow and painful recovery process.
I know. Jared, I've been thinking maybe you should go home. You've been gone so long, they'll probably be getting suspicious.
You're right. It's not easy keeping up this charade.
Do we have any choice?
No, not really. But I think about going out into society with you by my side. It's a lovely dream.
Not for me. Jared, if we go public with our affair, the scandal would rock the foundation of everything we've built together. You'd lose your standing in society and your professional circles. And then I'd end up losing you. I'd be alone.
I would never let that happen, I swear. Remember that all this secrecy is not just so that I can be happy with you. You have to be happy, too.
How many times do I have to tell you I am happy right here? I don't need to go out in the world. You're my world. You have been since the day you saved my life 10 years ago. Whenever I need you, you're here for me, and that's what I want.
I'm so glad to hear you say that.
Jared. Come on.
I would hate to think that
Jared, please, please. You should go. I'm fine, really. And right now, I have to take care of this poor man. If there's any trouble, I'll contact you on your beeper.
All right, but I'm going to come back as soon as I get away.
I'll be counting the minutes. Don't worry. be right here, watching over you and taking care of you. I promise.
Diaper changed and fresh as a daisy again.
She's
aren't we,
terrific with kids.
Yeah, it looks like it, and I think I'd be a fool not to hire her.
Miss Burton, welcome to our home.
Thank you, Miss McGillis. You won't be sorry.
Oh, I don't think I will. And please call me Brenda. Don't call me Miss McGillis.
You like her?
Yeah, well, I'd say that's another problem solved.
Yes, thanks to you.
It's my pleasure.
Yes, I imagine it is. Just like all the other pleasures that you have gotten from solving my problems. But I do thank you.
Yes, but you want to be independent, right?
Very good, Michael. You remember our talk
Yes,
that we had.
I remember it well, and from now on, you're on your own.
And Miss Burton, thanks so much for coming in on such short notice. You can start today, can't you?
No problem at all.
Great, because I have some errands I need to run,
Well,
right?
you go right ahead. It'll give Stephen and me a chance to get to know each other better.
Okay, well, I'm going to get my coat. And I'll be right
I'll
back.
wait for you and walk you to your car.
Michael, my car's right out on the driveway.
Oh, humor me.
Excuse me.
My compliments. A job well done. The Mary Poppins bit was rather perfect.
I do what I'm paid to do.
I'm glad to hear that, because if you continue following my instructions, you will be paid more than you dreamed.
Don't worry. I'll carry out your orders to the letter.
That's a sound I like. The voice of a loyal employee.
Miss Burton, could you get that telephone for me, please?
Sure thing.
Take the baby. Hello. Hello, Stephen.
McGillis resident.
Is Brenda there?
Who may I say is calling, please?
Dan Waller.
Dan Wallach? I'm sorry, but Brenda can't come to the phone right now.
Well, could you tell her that it's important?
I'm sorry, but she'll have to return your call when she has the time. Goodbye.
How you doing?
Who's that, Miss Burton?
Wrong number.
You ready to go?
Yep. If I get my coat on, we'll be all set. All right, I just have a couple of errands to run, and I'll be right back, okay?
We'll be here,
Bye-bye,
won't we,
baby.
precious? Mwah.
Thanks.
Stephen. Miss Bird. Keep up the good work.
Sorry I'm late. I was at the palace welcoming my mother back. Oh, how was rehearsal? Oh, not so good. I messed up. But after we have lunch, I'm going to go back to the bar and punish myself till maybe I'm ready for tomorrow night's performance. You mean tomorrow night's party? Party? Prince Roland is giving a ball after the performance. Wow, who's going? Anybody who's anybody. At the Royal Palace, no less. My mother got an invitation, so I'll be there as well. Wow, sounds quite an occasion. He's invited the entire corps de ballet as well. And he's going to be greeting his guest of honor himself from America. You're going to come, aren't you? Oh, I'm not really in a party mood, Cassie. Deborah, I can't believe you turned down a chance to be a royal guest. Besides, I've seen the way that gorgeous hunk in the white tights keeps looking at you in rehearsals. Which gorgeous hunk? Oh, please. Well, I mean, you get kind of used to seeing one gorgeous body after another in the
This
court
one
of
had
art. Long blonde hair tied in a ponytail. Oh, that's Hines. Hines, huh? Well, I take 57 varieties of him any day. Cassie. Deborah, Hines is crazy about you. I'm sure he'd love to take you to the ball. But you'd rather go with somebody else, wouldn't you? Like Cord Roberts. No! After tomorrow night's performance, I'd rather go home and soak my feet. Soak your feet? I can't believe you turned down an invitation to a royal ball. Besides, Prince Roland is pulling out all the stops for his guest of honor. Well, it'd probably be government people. It'd be really boring. That's what you think. You happen to know these guests. They come from Landview. You're kidding. Who? Sarah and Megan Gordon. Sarah and Megan here in Marenstein? They arrived with my mother. I saw them at the palace myself. So are you still determined to turn down my invitation? Well, I think we should maybe go back to the theater and find Hines. I'm suddenly in the mood for a party. Come on.
Penny for your thoughts.
I was thinking about Raymond. You know, he is so kind and gentle. I really feel for him.
I hope everything works out for the best, you know, for Raymond's sake.
What about for your sake?
What do you mean?
Well, I was just wondering if maybe you weren't hoping to get a little bit more out of the relationship.
What else could I hope for?
I don't know, maybe to pick things up where you left off in the States.
Sarah, that's not going to happen. He's royalty. I am a mere commoner.
That's ridiculous. You're both human beings. He's a man, you're a woman. I don't know what the heart knows about kings and commoners.
Look, I don't want to talk about what my heart knows and doesn't know.
Why not?
Because I'm just afraid that he's going to come up to me and the minute he sees me tells me to get lost or something.
Megan.
No, I'm serious. I'm afraid that all of this is going to blow up in our face.
Well, I think you're wrong. I think Raymond is going to welcome us with open arms and everything is going to turn out fine for both of us.
Well, I hope so.
Don't worry about it. Hey, tomorrow is going to be one of those nights that you remember for the rest of your life. Me, we're going to a royal ballet, and then we're going to a royal ball, and we are going to be reunited with a very special prince. I think it sounds like Cinderella.
Yeah, well, let's just hope that there's not an evil stepmother lurking in the background, ready to ruin the happy ending. Boy, if it's this beautiful in the winter, can you imagine what it's like in the spring? Sarah?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, it's lovely. So's everything else we've seen at the palace. Lovely.
Cold. You're thinking of Beau, aren't you?
It's just hard being without him. It's such a romantic place.
So why don't you give him a call? I'm sure he's waiting to hear that we've arrived safely.
I figured I'd wait until tomorrow.
Yeah, well, by then you may not have to bother. I'm sure once Prince Raymond sees us, he'll send us back on the first flight home.
Megan, do you really think Prince Raymond's going to refuse our help?
Well, the man has pride.
Mm-hmm. And I think he's probably missed you just as much as you've missed him.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Hey, you said you were going to think positively. I'm sure Prince Raymond's going to welcome us with open arms. And in the meantime, why don't you loosen up a little bit? Huh? We're in a fairy tale kingdom. We're going to be the guests of honor at a fairy tale ball. Turn your pumpkin into a carriage, your mice into footmen, and your comfortable walking shoes into a pair of glass slippers.
What, my sister into my fairy godmother?
Maybe. Poof. You are happy and you're going to have fun, or else. Meantime, you're going to be dancing the night away with all the most handsome men in the kingdom.
Well, well, preparing for the ball?
And all the handsome men that we're going to be dancing with.
Well, I hope the Gordon sisters leave one or two for the rest of us.
Of course, Dorian. You're welcome to my leftovers.
Oh, I was looking for you in your room, and I saw the gowns that Roland got for you.
Yes, the man has taste, doesn't he?
Well, try not to trip on your gown tonight. You can't retape your big moments at the royal ball.
Yes, I'll remember that.
Oh, Sarah, Prince Roland wanted me to tell you he wants to take you for a grand tour of the city of Marienstein first thing in the morning, so get lots of rest. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot all about you. Oh, well, I'm sure there's an extra seat you can go to. Bye.
He should hear this. The American women are returning to their quarters in the palace. The parabolic microphone picked up every word they said. Are you ready for me to transmit to the master tape?
Just a minute. Go ahead.
Boy, if it's this beautiful in the winter, can you imagine what it's like in the spring? Sarah?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, it's lovely. So's everything else we've seen at the palace. Lovely. Cold.
Oh, Andy, I am so
But would you save it, okay? I don't need anybody's sympathy, especially not yours.
I understand how difficult this is to deal with.
No, you don't understand anything. The fact that I let Max give up Megan so he could be with you. Why couldn't you leave him alone? Why did you have to string him along like that all the time?
I know what you must be feeling.
No, you do not know how I feel. Do you get that? Max is gone. And it is your fault. No, you ran away to the convent. If you hadn't even been in his life, then he would still be alive. Gabrielle, you killed him. You killed Max. And I will never forgive you for that. Never.
Oh, dear God. She's right. I did kill Max.
Gabrielle.
Tonight, Carol goes for a little test drive and gets in big trouble on growing pains. Then it's showtime on Head of the Class. And later tonight on Nightline from South Africa. For the first time ever, a multiracial group sits down in a public town meeting. Ted Koppel brings people together who are worlds apart on a history-making Nightline.